Knee, do that. Knee, and then do that.
Mike Tyson is 58 years old today, yeah? That's 30 years older than his upcoming opponent, Jake Paul. But instead of complaining about back pain, this guy is out there doing squats and deadlifts that's totally insane. Sure, there was a time when Tyson had a bit of a love affair with cocaine and alcohol. But he isn't your average Joe. He didn't let those demons ruin his life. In 2009, he checked into rehab, got himself sorted out, and then came back to the ring for an exhibition match that left everyone's jaws on the floor. But what happened in between, and why Tyson agreed to fight a problem child, is still a mystery. His transformation is like he's in his prime all over again. The real question is how, because nobody thought it was possible. Well, let me spill the secret, but before that, you need to get the full scoop. Mike Tyson, who just celebrated his 58th birthday on June 30th, 2024, is gearing up to fight 27-year-old Jake Paul. That's a whopping 31-year age difference. People are shaking their heads, doubting Tyson. But hold on a second, let's set the record straight. Tyson's got over 40 years of boxing experience. His skills alone could put Jake Paul's entire life to shame. Critics love to say Tyson's too old, but they forget why he's called the baddest man on the planet. His achievements and resilience in the ring are legendary, earned through sheer blood, sweat, and willpower. Sure, Tyson's comeback might seem risky to some, but it's exactly this kind of challenge that shows the depth of his fighting spirit. He's defied expectations throughout his career, proving he's far from being just another athlete past his prime. Tyson's dedication to training is nothing short of awe-inspiring. He's not just prepping to fight, he's preparing to dominate, with the same intensity and drive that made him a legend. And believe me, you can't believe Tyson's in his training camp with Rafael Cordeiro. His punches are so powerful that he accidentally busts Cordeiro's lips. And what does Cordeiro do? He shrugs it off, saying,
Today was the day, Play with fire, sometimes happen.
Contrast this with Jake Paul, who's been basking in his recent victory over Mike Perry. While Paul enjoys the glory, Tyson's focus remains rock solid. Rafael Cordeiro sees Tyson's daily grind and assures us,
What I can see in the gym every single day.
And if you also worry about Tyson's age, Cordeiro shuts down your concerns, reminding everyone that Tyson has faced and beaten some of the toughest opponents in the world.
I believe people don't have to be concerned about. We talk about the guy who was 2 times world champ. The guy didn't have 20 fights in 2 years. And he knows how to fight. He fought against the best guys in the world.
Tyson's training regimen is a mix of traditional boxing and mastering close combat techniques. His knowledge and experience in the ring are like a masterclass in boxing, showcasing strategies and movements that take decades to perfect. In contrast, Jake's match with Perry revealed flaws in his technique that Tyson would never let slip. Joe Rogan also highlighted Tyson's cutting-edge training with electrical muscular stimulation, EMS.
You slap electrodes onto yourself. They put these pads on you, and it's hooked up to a machine. And while the electricity is going into your muscles, you're doing exercises. So while you're getting jolted, you're doing squats and you're doing like deadlifts.
This is the same man who struggled with addiction, particularly to cocaine and alcohol. His addiction was no joke. It had a huge impact on his life and career. Tyson has openly talked about how he used drugs during some of his major fights and even went to crazy lengths to avoid getting caught. In 2009, he spent over a year in rehab to kick his addiction. Since then, he's managed to stay clean from hard drugs and alcohol, though quitting marijuana and psychedelic mushrooms was a tougher battle. But he did it, and now he's agreed to fight Jake Paul. Yeah, that was pretty shocking. This highly anticipated fight with Jake Paul was originally set for July 20th, 2024. But then, out of nowhere, Tyson had a sudden ulcer flare-up, and the match got postponed to November 15th, 2024.
Different date, same fate. I'm gonna knock out Jake Paul.
Everyone started speculating and coming up with wild theories. People questioned if Tyson could really handle going up against a young boxer in his prime. Critics jumped on the chance to claim that the postponement was a sign of Tyson's declining health and ability, suggesting he was no longer fit to compete at such a high level. But Tyson has a knack for proving the naysayers wrong. Despite being 58, Tyson's workouts are anything but typical for someone his age. Think about your grandpa struggling to get out of bed without complaining about back pain, and then compare that to Tyson's daily grind. It's like night and day. Tyson's training isn't just about staying fit, it's about pushing boundaries. Every punch, every move is a testament to his dedication and hard work. His routine is grueling, designed to keep him in peak condition and ready to take on any challenger. It's a far cry from what you'd expect from a man his age.
Every single day to go there and try his best to knock Jake out since the beginning to the end. This is his style.
Now let's talk about the beast in training. Tyson's transformation and preparation wouldn't be possible without his legendary coach, Rafael Cordeiro. Cordeiro is a big name in the boxing world, known for pushing fighters beyond their limits. Under Cordeiro's watchful eye, Tyson has been training like an absolute beast, showing no signs of slowing down. Cordeiro has been instrumental in refining Tyson's technique and keeping him in top form. Tyson's training regime under Cordeiro is all about maximizing strength, agility, and endurance. When people start questioning if Mike Tyson can really keep up with a young buck like Jake Paul, Rafael Cordeiro, Tyson's coach, just laughs it off. People need to see how Mike trained.
Then you have to see Mike the way he trained.
Cordeiro says.
He trained, exactly the same way the new generation trains, sometimes more than that. So it's no news.
Meanwhile, you can almost picture Jake lounging around, reveling in his win, while Tyson is out there punching holograms. It's like comparing a guy who just won a local pie-eating contest to someone training for the Olympics. Sure, Jake's riding high, but is he putting in the same intense, innovative training as Tyson? In one training session, Tyson could be seen dodging and weaving through a barrage of virtual attacks.
Movimento pra cá, aí troca. Oh, cai e...
Can I see that, Mike? Can I see that?
Jab, sleep, good up. Sleep, and then good up.
And then we've got the oldest lad in the boxing world, none other than Joe Rogan. If you want the history of any fighter, ask Joe. He's got the whole record on everyone. Joe Rogan, never one to mince words, had this to say about Rafael Cordeiro.
Rafael is a fucking world-renowned trainer. When you see him holding the mitts for Tyson, and Tyson smashing the mitts, like, Jesus, that guy can still fuck.
When a seasoned commentator like Rogan speaks so highly of Cordeiro, you know something extraordinary is happening in Tyson's training camp. Cordeiro's unwavering confidence in Tyson's abilities isn't just hot air. It underscores a fundamental truth. Tyson's age is a non-issue. Under Cordeiro's guidance, Tyson trains with a ferocity that belies his years, smashing mitts with a power that would make younger fighters tremble.
I know it's simple footwork, but it's How are you moving your feet, Mike?
Just go and look.
So are you just moving them back in?
Move.
In contrast, let's take a brief look at Jake Paul's recent match with Mike Perry. Paul's performance, while victorious, exposed several flaws in his technique. His jabs were often off-target, his footwork lacked the fluidity and precision needed at the highest levels, and his defensive maneuvers were predictable. Compared to Tyson's finely tuned skills, Paul's technique seems rudimentary, and if you need more proof, let me bring in Hulk Hogan, the wrestling icon known for his larger-than-life persona and brutally honest opinions. Hogan, who's not exactly known for dishing out praise lightly, had this to say about Tyson.
Name is Iron Mike Tyson. And, this is just a small glitch in the system, a temporary setback. If you watch Tyson train, he's quick, he's fast, he moves like he did.
Now, when Hogan, a man who's seen and faced some of the toughest athletes in the world, says this, you know it's no small endorsement. Hogan's words carry some serious weight. He's not one to throw around compliments like confetti. Known for his no-nonsense approach and legendary status in professional wrestling, Hogan's acknowledgement of Tyson's abilities is a testament to Tyson's remarkable transformation and relentless pursuit of excellence. Hogan's observation that Tyson moves with the speed and agility of his younger self is a powerful validation of Tyson's advanced training methods and unwavering dedication. Tyson's personal life began to spiral out of control, and by the mid-2000s, his well-documented struggles with addiction were taking a visible toll. Tyson's weight ballooned to around 270 pounds. His once chiseled frame was replaced with a body carrying significant excess weight, and his body fat percentage shot up to over 25%. The man who once symbolized physical perfection in boxing was now a shadow of his former self, battling demons far beyond the ring.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure it out, but I've changed, but I just don't know how.
Fast forward to 2020, when Tyson decided to claw his way back to fitness. At 54 years old, his starting point was far from ideal, weighing around 240 pounds, but Tyson's resolve was unwavering. With the guidance of renowned coach Rafael Cordero, he embarked on a relentless training regimen to shed the extra pounds and rebuild his muscle mass. One of the critical aspects of Tyson's transformation was his diet. Switching to a predominantly plant-based diet, Tyson managed to drop a significant amount of weight. By mid-2021, his weight had decreased to around 220 pounds. A remarkable feat considering his age and the physical condition he started from. This transformation wasn't achieved overnight. It was the result of countless hours in the gym, a meticulously planned diet, and an unwavering commitment to reclaiming his status as a boxing legend. Let me know in the comments if you've been following Tyson throughout his incredible journey, from his prime to his comeback. What do you think of his transformation? Is he still in his prime? I'd love to hear your thoughts.